The head, the house, the hell. Welcome to another edition of Drotalks. Happy holidays. Where today I will be reviewing the Triple H's Trilogy by Brian Barr and narrated by Rick Gregory. This is an odd one. This is probably one of the more odd books I've ever listened to, and I listen to a lot of Stephen King. With that said, I think it is worth mentioning that Brian Barr did contact me to review this book and gave me a reviewer copy. So let that be out there. And of course, this is for my honest opinion of his work. So, without further ado, what do I think about it? Do I recommend? Don't I recommend? Boom. I give this a solid recommendation. It is not the cream of the crop by any means. Part of that due to its weird subject matter. Another part due to it being so short at just over 5 hours long. But I think the length suits this particular tale perfectly. And I found myself not being able to stop driving around the block an extra time just to see what on earth was going to happen. So with that said, let's get to the story. So the first book revolves around a woman named Elizabeth who finds a severed head in her grandmother's garden. This severed head, whose name is Bill, speaks to Elizabeth. At first you wonder, is she crazy? Is she not crazy? Who knows? But Bill is a smooth-talking mofo, and he convinces her to take him back home with her, where over the course of about 8 weeks or so, they fall madly in love. This is where Bill convinces her to go back to his house and recover his body so they could be reunited forever. It don't go too well for our dear Elizabeth, and this is where that book ends. And part 2 comes out, which is the house. The house takes place right afterwards, and we get introduced to Bill's punk sister, whose name is Alexis. And she's on a similar path. She's trying to escape her bizarre family, who does these bizarre things without giving too much away, because this is a story you truly do need to experience for yourself. And like her brother Bill, she is also deceased. She does have her head on her body. She's got a good head on her shoulders. Yeah. But she's missing her heart. Her heart's back at the house. So she contacts a detective in the occult, a retired detective, who is somewhat crazy and obsessed with another ghost. So he already sees ghosts. And she convinces him to go back to her house and recover her heart. It don't go too well for this dear detective. That's where the hell starts off. This one really centers around the family. Alexis, Bill, her father, or their father, their mother, and their grandpa. And this is where we really get into what's going on here. We start seeing the paranormal activity and how it came to be. And we get to meet one of our heroines, which is Susie, who she sees ghosts. And she gets talked into going into the house on a particular mission. I see a theme coming up here. But it does end a little bit differently. And boom, we have ourselves a trilogy. I would like to say more, but this is truly one of those books that is so odd that you really just have to listen to for yourself. Like I said, I do recommend it. I would definitely pick this one up. Maybe not at the holidays. Happy holidays. But yeah, maybe so. It's about family. Isn't the holidays about family? And this book's about family. So there you go. And for this reason, I would give the story a 4 out of 5. A happy holiday seal of approval. So with that said, let's go on to narration. Rick Gregory. He did a pretty good job. I did get characters confused at time to time. He couldn't differentiate between too many of them. People that were supposed to have accents that didn't really have accents. With that said, he kept me listening. He got me in. He brought me into this story with him, into this world with him. At the end of the day, that is the most important job. So overall, I was impressed with his narration. And for that reason, I would give narration a 3 out of 5. That leads to listenability. Would I listen to this story again? When I went into this, I was already thinking no. But That 5-hour form factor actually does it justice, where this is a good bite-sized morsel when you're in between books, and it is so odd, and the story is pretty rich for as short as it is, that I could definitely see myself listening to this again. I will probably listen to this again this year, to be honest with you. If not, it will become a holiday, maybe not this particular holiday, a Halloween or a Friday the 13th type like party going around. I plan to share this with my friends and family. Just again, it's weird, it's different, it's out there. So what would I give listenability? I would give listenability a 4 out of 5. That gives us an overall score of 3.6. Yeah, I did enjoy this book. Again, it's not going to blow any hats away. It's not going to win any Pulitzer prizes. I shouldn't say that. I have no idea what they base their criteria on. Pulitzer's probably, I think that's a journalist prize. Forget I even mentioned that. But it is a very entertaining story. At 5 hours, I think, was the perfect length for this. I thought that was going to be my biggest gripe. I thought I was going to really hammer this book down on that. But it does what it needs to do in that amount of time, which also makes it a good catch for re-listening to later. A good little morsel in an odd story. So yeah, definitely. Have you listened to the Triple H's Trilogy by Brian Barr? If so, what did you think about it? Which was your favorite story? My personally was The Hell. I think that was the best out of the series. Or what was the weirdest book you ever read or listened to? Because I kind of like this. I wanna go. I'm definitely gonna pick up one of his some of his future works, because he has an odd mind, and I respect that. As always, thank you for listening. This has been Drotalks. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Ring that bell to get notified, and we'll see you next time.